Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. But anyway, you know how they've been doing a bunch of deportations?
So, yes, I know that they've been doing a lot of deportations.
Do you know how Florida's planning on dealing with the labor shortage that's going to result from this?
Child labor.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this was sent to me by my anonymous source. Florida has got a bill on the table that is going to make it legal for kids to work.
The children, they yearn for the mines.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
Yeah, so they are... So GOP lawmakers in Florida are considering eliminating all restrictions on how late and how many hours 16 and 17-year-olds can work, as well as ending their guaranteed meal breaks. So, like, we can make you work 12-hour shifts without a lunch break.
Man, wouldn't it be so cool if eggs just appeared on this congressperson's house? Anyway.
You mean Ron DeSantis?
Yes. I don't care which congressperson. I don't give a fuck which one it is.
He's the governor. Is the governor in Congress?
Let's see here. Hold on. Just as a technicality.
So anyway, currently the Florida law prohibits 16 and 17-year-olds from working before 6:30 a.m. and after...
Okay, governors are not considered part of Congress. They are considered part of the executive branch, not the legislative branch.
Thank you, clueless expert, for the 5 subs and starting the hype train.
Well, fuck no, serious. Eggs are expensive.
It's a luxury to egg people's houses now.
It is. I had breakfast burritos this morning. I didn't even think about how expensive those technically are right now.
It's Republican State Senator Jay Collins sponsoring the legislation, but DeSantis is in favor of it.
Yay. I'm so happy. We're just rolling everything back. You know what's funny? It's so strange. When you look at the things that Republicans don't like, it's almost all stuff that the left wing of the United States has been fighting against for years. They don't like unions. We fought for unions. They don't like a lack of child labor. We fought to abolish child labor. It's so strange.
Yeah, well, here's the thing that, like, they're framing this as like a kids can work for their pocket money, and if a kid really wants to work overnight on a school night, we shouldn't stop them from that. But it's like, no, like, kids don't
now those kids are going to be even less educated.
Kids don't need a full-time job for pocket money that is going to interfere with their education.
Yeah, also, clueless expert, thank you for the 5 gifted subs over on my channel as well. I see we are looking at the entire watering hole as a thing of toast, and you are buttering both sides of the toast.
There we go.
Got it.
There we go. But yeah, no, so like they're framing it as like, oh, well, kids want their pocket money or whatever. Like, when I was a kid, kids had jobs. So why can't kids get jobs anymore?
Man, it's so weird that as an adult, your job should be making a better world for your children. So I made a...
Well, and like, I'm not against 14-year-olds having a job. Like, I had a job when I was 14 and it gave me extra money that I could use to do what I wanted with. But I did not have a full-time job that was helping to pay the bills and like interfered with my school. I had a fucking paper route.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to have anything like that.
There are adults that do paper routes and they do it as a full-time job where, like, it actually takes them that long to deliver. Like, I'm talking, I had to, like, walk around a couple neighborhoods and drop papers in their mailboxes for, like, maybe an hour after school. Like, this is not big money.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of a chore. Just a quick chore.
Yeah.
So, man, it is astounding to me. It is astounding to me that the solution to families don't have enough money is put their kids to work. The solution to got rid of...
the thing, that's the spin I put on it, because I know that's how this is going to end up happening. But the spin that they're putting on it is like, oh, well, we don't need foreign workers when we have, you know, a bunch of homegrown Americans that will do the work. And it just so happens that the homegrown Americans that we have are children that should be out playing.
It's God, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Just being in a world where so many rights are being rolled away, and it's happening in the way that people better at predicting this shit said it would.
Yeah, so
we'd lose women's rights,
so
and then everything else would start falling afterwards.
Yep. So Fennec says you're assuming teenagers want to do that kind of work. They do not. So that's where I'm kind of going with the kids that are going to end up in these jobs are the ones from households that are desperate for money and need to do whatever they can need to do to survive. And like, I would much rather just give those people a social safety net where it doesn't matter what qualifications they have. They don't need to worry about where their next meal's coming from because there are enough resources in the United States to feed everybody.
Axo says they want to get rid of abortions to get more kids to work. So, funnily enough, you're not super far off on that one.
Yeah, that's why we need Elon is all about having more babies.
Like, one of the main reasons. So the argument given is something Christianity, something not murdering children. Those are the arguments that are given for removing women's rights to choose, but the actual reasons for it are twofold. One, controlling women is way better for Republicans. But
Scott,
the other reason is forced breeding is way better for our labor.
Yeah. So Scott D says mandatory volunteerism is a thing. Want to graduate high school, work this miserable job, and log the hours. So that's in Ontario. It's actually required that you have 40 hours of volunteer work in order to graduate high school. It's 40 hours that you have 4 years to accomplish. But here we're talking about kids working 30-hour work weeks, and they're trying to remove the cap. To where, like, right now it is capped at 30 hours. They want to remove that and make it more.
Mm-hmm. Karen Ambassador and Sakura are talking about usage of prisoners as slave labor replaced pre-Civil War. Yeah, the 13th Amendment.
They still do that, though.
Yeah, we did that a long time. We did that a long time ago, and we still do it now. I believe it was 13th Amendment. Oh, whoa. Where
for 10 bits, Clueless Expert says truly no cap.
Jesus Christ. Jesus, I'm so tired knowing that this is the world that I live in. This is the shit that I have to deal with. And the most frustrating part, right, is that for my local Democratic Party, the stuff that they are focusing on, aside from putting somebody up to fight Marjorie Taylor Greene, is getting people on the local level. So getting people for like a county commissioner and stuff like that is what they're trying to aim in, just to make sure that the seat flips. And I've been attending the meetings for the commissioner so that I have a grasp on, like, here's everything that's done on the job. And the vice president of the Democratic Party, I brought him with me to one of the meetings so I could just be like, this is the thing that I might be trying to run for. It's boring as shit, but
it's necessary.
Yeah, but it is entirely necessary to making the county run.
It's a place where you could be a bureaucrat doing that malicious compliance thing.
I don't know how much could be done on this level, because most of what you would be doing, if I were to get elected, most of what I would be engaging in is zoning laws. That's what most of it's going to be. And it's a lot of like, now there is one thing that I would certainly be able to do is like make sure that the budget shifts more to the fire department as opposed to the police department. Like, that's a thing that I would have some control over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also to bring it back to what you were saying earlier about like they are pretending to care about certain things, but only to get what they want out of things. It's worth remembering that the people that are trying to roll back child protection laws about child labor and stuff like that are also the party that routinely falls back to the position of, but somebody think of the children. We're trying to protect the children because we need them to work on the farms.
You know,
and in the mines.
It's so funny. The Republicans ask us to think of the children so often, and based on what happened in Tennessee, we know for a fact they're thinking of the children just a little too fucking much.
Was that Justin Acorn?
Not the Justin Acorn part. No, this is early. This is when the
other one.
This is the special marriages for straight couples in Tennessee that also allowed for child marriage. And when specifically pressed on the issue, the congressman said, "Oh, I'm aware of that loophole in there. I'm aware that that's there." Why the fuck did you allow it then? What is wrong with you?
And okay, the worst part here is that when you started talking about that, I immediately went
You
to
had multiple examples in your head.
Like I just went to the most recent one that we talked about on this show. But like there are multiple examples of what you could have been talking about if you don't know what location it was based in, since you said Tennessee. But yeah. That's how it goes.